Hi guys, welcome back to another YouTube channel. I'm not editing that out either. Another YouTube video. And I'm gonna take these glasses off because I don't like that you guys can see the ring light, but I wanted to show you guys because okay, quick little story. Okay, so my glasses broke. These aren't my glasses. My glasses broke. My little thing popped off and I had been without glasses, so I went and got these from the dollar store. They were sunglasses, and I literally chiseled them with my nail file or my nail drill to be able to, oh, I would go turn that off, but I can't, but to fit my lenses so I can see again. So I'm gonna take those off so that you guys don't have to be annoyed by that in my fucking face. But okay, so I was just on live with Kurt and we played a game, and I said if I won the game that I would do a new series for you guys called my Hoe Chronicles. Now, I don't call myself a hoe, I really don't, but I know what you guys call people who like have talked to a lot of guys' hoes. So that's gonna be the name of the videos. Okay, I'm back. I went to turn off my smoke alarm so y'all don't have to hear that the whole time. But okay, so ooh, okay, raggedy. Anyway, let me get into the story time. I'm taking way too long. So this is going to have taken place when I was 15. I was 15. Okay, so I used to date this boy when I was 15. I made a story time by him before how he cheated on me with his stepsister, whatever. So this took place when I was 15. Now I was bad as fuck. Okay, wait, no, this might have been 14 or 15. I don't really know. I don't really care. But I was bad as fuck, okay? Like a liar. Like a liar. Like I didn't ever tell the truth about what I was doing or where I was going because I wanted to do what I wanted to do. Like grow up too fast type shit. So I remember my ex-best friend's dad, oh my god, I hope her mom doesn't watch these videos. My ex-best friend's dad had went out of town and her parents were not together. So she would like go the week, she would like switch between her mom's house and her dad's house. So she was never at one parent's house for like a straight week. So because her dad went out of town, she was gonna be at her mom's house for a week. But her mom had to work like some of the days out the week, so she wasn't gonna be home all day. Like her mom like worked like 12-hour shifts like all fucking day. So me and this boy, like I said, had been dating, and his cousin liked my friend. And I think my friend liked him. I'm just gonna keep calling her my friend. We're not friends anymore, but I think my friend had liked the cousin at first, but like over time, she fucking hated him. She hates him till this day. So anyway, so my cousin had liked the friend. So I was like, you know, I'm gonna give him a name, Q-Tip. I'm like, you know, it would be like so fun, like if Q-Tip and his cousin came over and like we all like hung out and swam because she lived in an apartment. She's like, oh my god, like, you know, my dad's like out of town, so I'm at my mom's house all week. Like basically it was a perfect week, and this was during summer, before my sophomore year. So I was either 14 or 15 in this, probably 15, but yeah. So I'm like, okay. So I remember I had asked my dad, and this was during the week. Like I said, her dad was gonna be gone all week. So I had asked my dad and my mom, like, oh, can I go over to my friend's house? And they're obviously like, yeah, because this was like my best friend, like my home skillet biscuit. They knew this girl. They were like, okay, yeah, that's fine, whatever. Like nothing suspicious. You always go to her mom's house and come back in one piece. Like they didn't even, my parents were never the type to like want to meet parents. Like they just never were. So I already knew that that wasn't going to be a problem. The problem was going to be like planning out when her mom would come home. So I told her, I'm like, oh my god, my parents said I can come over. Like I'm going to tell him that we are all gonna hang out sometime this week. And she's like, okay, like, and we can hang out more than just like one day because my dad's gonna be gone. But I think the day that I was going to her house, I had to go home the next day. So I was like, okay, we're just gonna like have to do the second part like another time. So I remember my dad didn't want to take me to her house on the day. So her mom had got me an Uber, and my dad found out and he was pissed. He was pissed. So he was like, no, you can't ride in an Uber. So her mom had to cancel the Uber. Or she had to cancel the Uber. I don't really remember who ordered it, but she had to cancel the Uber. And my dad was like, I'll take you. But it was at like 11 o'clock in the morning when he said that. And he didn't end up taking me till like 1 o'clock. So we had to keep telling them like, oh, you can't come, you can't come. But her mom was going to be getting off work in a few hours. And she's like, her mom usually gets home around like 6:30. So I'm like, dang, like I'm not even going to have no time with my little boyfriend, my little boo. Like what? I was pissed. So finally my dad ends up taking me. And so we're at my ex-best friend's house, we're chilling, and the boys had finally been like, oh, okay, like we're ready to come. So the one that we were gonna be like for her, the cousin, he was at his house, and then my boo was at his grandparents' house, which was right by my friend's house. But we had to go get the cousin in order to get my boo so we could all walk back to her house. So we were gonna walk to go get the cousin, but the walk was like extremely far, and my friend's dad had like 360 so he could see. So like she was just like worried about her dad checking her location through all of this, and her debit card was linked to him, like he could see all of her purchases. So she's like, okay, like we're gonna get an Uber. Hopefully my dad doesn't see, like if he says anything about it, I'll just say I got an Uber for you to come to my house. And I'm like, okay. So we get an Uber. And the Uber ride was like only like 5 minutes, but it would have been a long ass fucking walk in the summer. So we go to the cousin's house. Uber drops us off. We're waiting outside, and he comes out and he's like, okay, now we're about to walk to my grandparents' house. So we're like, oh, okay. So, and her mom doesn't know we're doing any of this. I think her mom thought we were like either swimming or just at the house. I don't know where her mom thought we were doing, because her mom didn't have the Life 360 app. It was just her dad. So we're walking to the house, and the walk felt like fucking forever. We had to walk, I don't want to say like the freeway, but like over a freeway ramp. So I don't know. So we're walking, we get by elementary school. We're probably like 10 minutes from the grandparents' house, and my friend's mom calls her. So I'm like, oh shit. And there's cars passing by, like the wind is blowing, like you can clearly tell we're outside. So she's like holding the phone like this, and she's like, hello. Her mom's like, what are you doing? She's like, nothing, we're just chilling. And her mom was like, they're talking for like 5 minutes, and we're just like standing there like, what the fuck? Because for all we know, like her dad could have called the mom and be like, where are you at? And like he could be like checking her location. Like we don't know anything yet. But she ends up hanging up, and her mom was just calling to see where she was at. So we keep walking. And then we get to the grandparents' house. But the way that their house was, is it was on like the side of the neighborhood. And if we wanted to walk to the front of the neighborhood to get in, we'd have to walk all the way around. None of us wanted to do that. So the side of the neighborhood had a gate, like a brick wall gate. So he's like, oh, we're gonna have to hop this gate if you want to get like to the house, because it's right there, unless y'all want to walk all the way around. And by this time it's hot as fuck, we're sweating, we're like, we don't want to walk all the way around. So we're trying to hop this gate. If you don't know, I'm 5'2", okay? I'm a like, I don't want to call myself like thick, but like I'm not a skinny girl. But at this, well, I guess at this time I was skinny, so that doesn't really apply. But still, I was playing sports, but bitch, I'm not athletic. I was playing to be cute. But I wasn't horrible, but I was playing to be cute. So I'm like, I don't know if I can lift myself over this goddamn gate. So my friend goes over, because she's tall, like it was easy for her. She just hops right over, and then the cousin helps me over the gate, and then he gets over the gate. So then we go to the house, and we're standing right in front of his house. But what we didn't know is that the grandparents had cameras, and I don't know where Q-Tip told his grandparents he was going. I have no idea. I don't really care. But I don't know if he told them that he was coming with us, because we had like hid like by the side of the house while the cousin, we were in the front at first, then we hid by the side of the house because the cousin was like, he's not texting me back, I'm gonna go knock on the door and like get him. So he goes, knocks on the door, we're hiding on the side of the house. The grandpa opens the door and is like, what? Like, what do you want? So he's like, oh, I'm here to get blank, we're gonna go back to my house. And the grandparents are like, oh, okay, like give him a second, he's coming. So he comes out, we wait for them to go back in, and he's like, yeah, my grandpa and my grandma was like, who are those girls on the cameras? Because they had like a fucking ring. And we were like, what did you say? And I don't remember what he said, but we're like, what the fuck? So we hopped back over the gate. I'm pretty sure one of them helped me back over, but I couldn't do it by myself. I just really couldn't. So we hopped back over the gate and we walked to her house. And like I said, the grandparents lived closer to my friend. So that walk was probably like 5-10 minutes. Like we got back really fast. So we go to her house and we're all inside. So by this time, if I left my house at like 1 something, it was probably like 2:30 or 3 o'clock. And like I said, her mom got home at like 6:30. So we don't really have that much time, but we have time. So we ended up, and oh my God, I'll tell you guys all the stories because we ended up hanging out like 3 times in this week. So we end up going back to her house, right? We go back to her house and we're like chilling on the couch. The way it was there was a TV here, a love seat here, and then a couch here. I think a love seat has 2 seats. So love seat here, couch here, TV here. So we're watching the TV. My friend and the cousin are on the couch, and then me and him are on the love seat. And I'm like laying on him. Like I had no business doing this. I'm like laying on him, whatever. So he's like, you know, they're touching on me, but my friend and her cousin, or my friend and the cousin are still on the couch. He's touching on me, but we didn't care. Like, we got to get it where we fit, and we're 14, 15 years old. Like, you know what I mean? So he's touching on me, whatever. So I like looked at my friend, my best friend, and I'm like giving her the eyes. So she's like, oh, it's the cousin. She's like, oh, let's go to the stairs. Like, let's go to the stairs and talk. So he's like, oh, like, okay. Like, he got the gist too. So they go to the stairs, and they start talking, and this boy starts, you know, I'm so ashamed of myself. He starts, like, you know, me. So he's doing that, whatever. This was like my first like experience. So I'm like, well, I wouldn't say first experience. Well, you know, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know. So I'm like, okay, like, okay. And he's like, oh, can you give me head? And I had never done that before. So I was like, no. Like, I didn't want to. I really, 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 really didn't want to. So I'm like, no. So he's like, oh, can we fuck? And I'm like, no, probably not. Probably not going to happen. So he's like, oh, like, okay. And they had told us that they had practice at, like, I forgot this part. They had told us they had, like, practice probably at, like, I'm just going to say, like, a random time, like 5 o'clock or something, just before the mom came home. So, like, we're just chilling until they have to go to practice. So they leave and they go to practice. The mom comes home. Like, that day was fine. Like, whatever. They come back after practice and we all go swimming. And her mom didn't know we were at the pool. Well, she might have told her mom we were at the pool with boys. I don't remember. My mom would have been like, no, but I don't remember. So we go down to the pool, and we were down at the pool until like 11 o'clock. Like, my mom would have been like, get your raggedy ass up these steps now. So we were at the pool till probably like 11 o'clock, just like chilling, like being grown, like kissing in the pool, like playing mermaids, like just doing dumb shit. So the next day I left, I went home. And I stayed at home that day. So let's just say I went to her house on Monday, I left Tuesday, and I was coming back Wednesday. So this time, I think my dad was asleep when I left, so she got me an Uber, and I left and went back to her house. And the boys come back to her house, and they're like, oh, we have practice again, but we'll come back later to swim. Like, we'll chill for right now. So we're chilling for right then. Nothing happens in the house. So then they leave to go to practice, and they come back. So then we're at the pool. And my friend is like flirting with the boy. Like, you know, we're all just like on some chill shit. And they brought their other cousin this time. And he talks like this. He talks like this. Like, he talks like this. I don't know why. I don't know how. But he talks like this. Like, he was crazy. Crazy weird. And he like did not like us. Like, he did not like us. If we tried to make jokes with him, he would not laugh. Like, he did not fucking like us at all. He like did not like us at all. So it was like, it was kind of awkward that the cousin was there because he was like third wheeling. Like, it was just awkward. So we're in the jacuzzi. He's like touching on me, feeling on me in the jacuzzi, which is so nasty. I'm a lot more educated now, but that's so nasty and can cause such an infection. But yeah, he's touching on me, feeling on me in the jacuzzi. We didn't like have sex or anything because I was like 15 or 14 years old. Like, that's no. But he's like touching on me, feeling on me in the jacuzzi, whatever. And my friend, I don't know what she was doing. I don't even know if they ever kissed, but he might have touched her butt or something, the cousin. I don't remember. But again, just something I had no business doing. So they left that night, and then the final day, so this would be Thursday, the final day of us hanging out. So they had came over at probably like 5 o'clock. So the mom gets off at 6:30, remember? So we leave. We go to a park. Like, we walk to a park maybe like 15 minutes from our house, 10, 15 minutes. We're all at the park, like, we're playing in the grass. We're just, like, playing around at the park, like, having a fun time, whatever. So me and him go to sit at the tables, and we're kissing, whatever, and he's like, can you give me head? And I was like, no, I don't want to. And he got, like, a nasty, like, mean attitude after that. So I felt really, really shitty. Like, I felt so bad. So he just, like, he was, like, standoffish after that. And keep in mind, I'm only 15 or 14 years old, so I, like, feel really, really, like, bad with myself. He's like, really? And I'm like, yeah, like, I just don't want to. And I'm not gonna, like, he didn't peer pressure me to do anything. But you know how, like boys are. Like, they'll just get, like, an attitude and you'll just feel bad. But I didn't feel pressure to do anything. So that's, like, definitely not the story at all. I didn't feel pressure. I didn't feel uncomfortable. I just felt bad. Because I still wasn't gonna fucking do it, whether he was mad or not. So he was just mad, whatever. So we ended up leaving, and the boys are walking in front of us. The other cousin came this time too. So the 3 boys are walking in front of us. Me and my friend are walking in the back, and I just feel so bad. I'm like, I don't know if I can, like, do this with him anymore. Like, that just made me feel so sad and bad about myself because I didn't want to do it. And, like, he, like, and I got mad. I don't know how to describe it. Like, his energy, like, shifted towards me. And, like, you could tell. Like, she could tell. So I'm like, I just felt really, really bad. So after that night, I had a therapy session the next Monday. And I told my therapist, I'm just telling y'all everything. And I told my therapist about the whole situation, like the whole situation from like all 3 days. And my therapist was like, he's a piece of shit. Basically, that's exactly what she said. She's like, excuse my language, but he's a piece of shit. And so after that, I don't even know if we were like officially dating, but I'm just gonna say I broke up with him. I think we were dating at this point. We were on and off. So I broke up with him, and that's the last time we dated, because that last night made me like, it just made me feel bad, and I didn't want to feel like that. But yeah, let me know if you guys like this series. I have a lot of stories, because I've dated or talked to a lot of people, whatever you want to call it. Like, I just be living for real. But let me know if you guys like this series. I actually really liked making the story. I didn't think that I was gonna like making it, because it was like so spur of the moment, but I actually really like making the series and kind of like reliving my past. So let me know if you guys want me to make this a permanent series, and I'll try to give you guys videos on this once a week. Nothing promised, because I really have to be remembering them. I have such a horrible memory. I just remembered this story after I offered to make the series. But yeah, let me know if you guys want this to be a series. Follow my Instagram at jordanairiyah, and my TikTok at Jordan from Vegas, and my Twitter at Jordan from Vegas. The Vegas is with a Z in both of those. Get this video to like 200 likes, something small, something cutesy. Turn on the post notification bell so you guys never miss a post. And again, just let me know if you guys like this series and like this story time. I love when you guys tell me how you guys feel about the story times. But yeah, bye homegirls and homeboys.